Do you also reach for a mug on the top shelf and your shoulder feels like you try to lift a car? Here is the unsettling part. It could be the impingement, it could be the torn rotator cuff, and they both can exact the same. Same pain lifting your arm, same ache that wakes you up at night, same struggle to just pull on the t-shirt. Even in a doctor's office, the two aren't always easy to tell apart. Sometimes it takes a scan to know for sure. But you don't need a medical degree to get a strong read. First, there are 3 clues that point you in the right direction, and I'll walk you through all 3 right now. Stick around, because after that, I'm going to show you 4 very simple exercises using just a table and a light resistance band that may help to ease the pain. And I'm going to give you a pro tip in the end that helped 90% of my patients. So it might help you as well. So welcome to my channel. I am V. I'm a physical therapist, and let's tune in. Let's solve this shoulder mystery. Number 1, why your shoulder hurts? Let's take a look inside the shoulder. And that's the shoulder. Meet your rotator cuff. It's a team of muscles and tendons that lift your arm up and keep the ball of your upper arm bone locked into the socket, like a built-in stabilizer. Think of the tendon as strong rope. Now, when this tilts forward, it can actually rub on this tendon called supraspinatus tendon and cause pinching of the tendon, or over the period of time, it can cause wear and tear of the tendon, right? With a rotator cuff tear, some of the rope actually fibers are damaged. For example, it could be just a partial damage, or it could be a full thickness damage where the rope has snapped completely. Simple version: impingement, irritation of the rope; tear, damaged rope. But here's the catch. Both problem causes pain, weakness, trouble lifting your arm. So pain alone can't tell you what you have. You need better clues. So clue number 1, how did it all started? Ask yourself, did this build up slowly, or did something happen in one moment? Impingement usually creeps in after repeated overhead use, painting a ceiling, weakened tennis bench, or jumping your shoulder workout for 10 reps to 100 reps because your favorite fitness influencer said no excuses. First it's mild irritation, then reaching upward hurts, then one morning even the cereal box feels risky. A rotator cuff tear can also creep in slowly. Tendon naturally weakens with age. But a sudden injury followed by immediate weakness is the bigger red flag for a tear. A fall onto your arm, a suitcase lift with a pop, someone yanking your arm, and right after you simply can't lift it the same way. That's the moment you need to get it checked. Fast rule. Slow build up from repeated movement leans impingement. Sudden injury plus immediate weakness, you're not able to lift it at all, leans tear. It's a clue, not a diagnosis. Clue number 2. Is it pain or true weakness? This one is the important one. Touch a hot pan and your hand yanks back because it hurts, not because your arm went weak. Impingement often works the same way. You can lift your arm, but pain hits the brake so it feels weak. Now picture hauling a bucket up with the rope. That's badly frayed. You pull, but the force doesn't transfer properly. With a real rotator cuff tear, you can get genuine weakness even when the pain isn't that bad. You might raise your arm fine with help of your other hand, but can't hold it up there. When you bring it down, either it is too painful or it just drops. In physio jargon, we call it drop arm test. Third clue. Which movement set it off? This next one easy to picture too. Impingement classically hurts part way up. Reach for a cookie jar on a high shelf. The arm moves fine, then somewhere around the halfway you'll be like, oh, what's going on? And then you pass that area and you should be fine. What is it? It's called painful arc that usually ranges between 60 to 120 degrees, but it can differ. And here is the twist. The rotator cuff tears you can lift with the help of the other arm, but bringing it down, it's hurting, as we discussed already. So, painful arc, drop arm. What do you have? These are the 3 clues. Now let's move on to what actually causes both problems. Usually it's not one terrible moment. It's too much too soon. Picture a shoulder that used to carry a small school bag. Then one day you stuff it with 20 bricks. A small bag, 20 bricks. What will happen? It's not ready for it. Same story with a sudden jump in swimming, throwing, painting, weight bearing, gardening, construction work, any repetitive movement, our life goes on. And how do you actually get rid of this pain? So, for mild, gradual pain, start by reducing, not eliminating, whatever clearly aggravates it. High cupboard hurts? Move your everyday item to the lower shelf for now. Overhead press hurts? Skip it or swap it. It's okay to do that. Played 3 hours of tennis? Try 1 hour. Think of it like turning down loud music. You don't destroy the speaker. You just lower the volume down until your ear settles. Keep the shoulder moving gently within a comfortable range. Total rest tends to add stiffness. Grinding through sharp pain tends to keep it angry. So you need to find your comfortable zone in between, right? You don't want to put it in the sling and you don't want to do 100 repetitions of shoulder presses, right? And there is a reassuring part. The tear doesn't automatically mean surgery. Plenty of people have improved their pain and function just through activity modification, right exercises, and physical therapy. Exercises won't stitch a complete tear back, but it can tell you what you can do, what you cannot to help it heal better and to maintain the range, to maintain the strength of your shoulder. So find that comfort zone, do the right exercises. But most importantly, before we go there, when you know that you don't want to do exercises and you need a professional help. So, number 1, if your pain started after a fall, accident, or shoulder dislocation, you felt or heard a pop and lost your complete strength immediately. Your shoulder looked deformed or in bad shape. You can't raise your arm at all. You have numbness, tingling going down to your fingers and your hand is turning blue, or it is getting worse over the period of time. Then you need to seek a professional help. Now let's move on to our exercises. Okay, so our first exercise is the pendulum. Now pendulum, as it represents, it's like a clock pendulum. So for example, let's take an example. My left shoulder is hurting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand on a stance face like this, put my good hand onto some support, lean forward from my hips, pushing out my pelvis. Let's slowly let go my left shoulder and move forward and backward like that. And you can move side to side and just let it hang like a wet noodle there, right? Don't control it. Try not to force it. Try not to push it. Just let it hang like that. And you want to go 30 seconds in one direction and 30 seconds in the other direction. And just see how it feels, right? You can also make dinner plate circles like this, even anti-clockwise like this. And then you can bring it back. So that's your first exercise. Let's move on to our second exercise. So you just need a kitchen tabletop or anything of your height. You can place a towel on top of it and just place it right in there. Now my hand, it is hurting to move up, so I don't want to. I'm just going to keep my hands on the towel to slide my upper body forward like that, pushing out on my pelvis. What we are not trying to do, we are not trying to do this. What we want to do is slide nice and easy, move your upper body with your shoulder and go as far as you can go and hold that. For example, this is the limit. You want to hold that for 5 to 10 seconds, bring it back and you do it again for 8 to 10 times. But remember, pain is the limit. So wherever the pain stops you, you stop. Don't push yourself. Now for exercise number 3, this is what I have here is a medium resistance band. You can choose between light, medium or heavy, but I would recommend light to medium band. Now what you're going to do with this band? I'm just going to tie somewhere like my doorknob. So I'm just going to place it right in here. That's all you need. Now you're going to hold it closer to the knot. Keep your elbow straight when you start and try to stand up tall. Now try not to move anything, just relax there. Gently squeeze back your shoulder blades. You want to look at my shoulder blades there. I'm not going up like that. I'm going back and down, lifting my chest up. You will be feeling it in between your shoulder blades. I'm feeling it right now. And you hold that for a count of 10 and let go. Very gentle squeezes, your shoulder squeezes. You can imagine as if you're holding something in between your shoulder blade. And you gently squeeze there, hold that for a count of 10, let go. And you do it 8 to 10 times. Hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. It is more like a feedback to your brain where your shoulder blades should be sitting back and not coming forward and pinching your shoulder at the front. Okay? Okay, so let's move on to our last exercise, exercise number 4. You will be surprised to know this exercise. Your mid-back mobility plays important role in how your shoulder blade functions. Because if shoulder blade is getting stiffer, the mid-back can play an important role in it if it is stiff. So you want to make sure that you keep moving your mid-back. How you do that? Very simple. Most of our day-to-day activities are slouching forward like this. We are reaching onto something, we are writing something, we are typing something, we are lifting weights. But none of our activities are exactly where we expand our chest like this. That's what we're going to learn. Sitting on a chair or a high stool, whatever you like, you're going to just place your hands up in here, crossing on your chest. You're going to move back and try to look up at the roof as far as you can go, as far as your pain allows you. And even if you're not able to move your arms, don't worry about it. Just try to look back. Squeeze back your shoulder blades with it and hold that for a count of 10 and bring it back. And do it 4 to 5 times. Similarly, you're going to go to the side, hold that for a count of 10, move to the other side, hold that for a count of 10. What you don't want to do here, you're not going to do this because then most of the movements are coming from your lower back. You don't want to do that. You'll get the lower back strain. So make sure you wrap your arms around your chest and then you do the movements so that most of the movement can come from your mid back, right? And just do it for 5 to 8 times, hold for 5 seconds or according to your pain. So what's the pro tip? So let's discuss about that. I tell this tip to 90% of my patients. When to put heat and when to put ice on your injured shoulder. So let's discuss about that. Let's take a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being the worst pain, 0 being the no pain. If your pain ranges anywhere between 5 to 10, that means it is 6 out of 10. It is quite acute. It's not letting you sleep at night or you have to pop in the pain meds every now and then you need to put some ice. Yes. Heat is not an absolute contraindication, but heat is going to relax you, maybe help you to get sleep for a couple of hours, but ice is going to work on the inflammation that is setting up there. So you need to put some ice, not once, not twice. It depends upon how acute is the problem. Let's say your pain is 8 out of 10. Put some ice every 2 to 3 hours if it is okay with your schedule, of course. If it is not, then at least a couple of times, morning and afternoon. Don't give yourself an ice burn. Put a nice towel on it. I personally sprinkle some water on top of it. It depends upon you, how you like your ice to be put on your shoulder. And then just put it for 15-20 minutes and let it relax. And do it 2 to 3 times a day. If it is too acute, do it every 2 to 3 hours. When to put heat? If you're stiff, if the stiffness is more than pain, or if the pain is hanging around 2 or 3 out of 10, even the heat helps. Or you can switch between heat and ice, doesn't really matter too much. But if it is acute, doesn't matter 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours as some book says, they're right, but not in all cases. So you need to put some ice if it is acute. I hope this helps you. Now we'll quickly do a 20-second recap because I know it was a lot of information. So gradual pain after repeated overhead use leans towards impingement. Sudden injury plus immediate obvious weakness leans towards tear. Symptom can overlap, so no home test gives you a guaranteed answer. Modify what hurts, keep moving gently, don't push through sharp pain. Get it checked for trauma, major weaknesses, or symptoms that aren't be there, like your hand going numb or blue or cold. Your shoulder is angry right now. Angry doesn't mean permanently broken. Give it some help, the right amount of movement and enough time. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe for more such videos. You can pin down the comment if you need to know more about the other body parts and conditions related to it. If you want to know tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, cervical spondylosis, plantar fasciitis, low back pain, sciatica, bursitis, do let me know and we can discuss more. And if you're also dealing with some shoulder problems, comment down below and I will try to answer all the questions. Have a good day. Bye-bye.